Hey everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm 28 years old and I live in California. Today I'm going to share something I've kept hidden for most of my life, my journey of realizing I was gay, the years of fear and denial, and how I finally found the courage to come out to my parents. This isn't just my story, it's for anyone who has ever felt lost, scared, or alone because of who they are. Maybe you're questioning your identity, or maybe you're terrified of how your family will react. If that's you, I hope my story gives you strength. This won't be easy to talk about, but I think it's important. So, let's start from the very beginning. I was born and raised in a small town in California. My parents were loving but traditional, not overly religious but definitely conservative in their views. Growing up, I never really thought about sexuality. Kids don't, right? You just are. But looking back, there were signs, little things that didn't make sense at the time. For example, I never had crushes on girls like my friends did. When boys in my class talked about which girls they liked, I'd just pick a random name to fit in. I didn't dislike girls, I just didn't feel anything. But with boys, it was different. There was this one guy in my class, Daniel. He was athletic, confident, and everyone admired him. I remember feeling this weird nervousness around him. My stomach would knot up when he talked to me. At the time, I told myself it was just admiration. I want to be like him, I thought. But now I know it wasn't that simple. Then, when I was around 12, puberty hit. That's when things got really confusing. I'd see shirtless guys in movies or magazines and I'd feel something, but I didn't have the words for it. All I knew was that it felt wrong because everything around me told me it was. My parents never said anything homophobic, but I never heard them talk positively about gay people either. It was just silent. And in that silence, I learned that being different was dangerous. High school was when the denial really set in. By then, all my friends were dating girls, so I figured I had to be into girls too. I forced myself to flirt, even went on a few awkward dates. There was this one girl, Emily. She was sweet, funny, and she liked me. So I convinced myself, this is it. If I just date her, maybe I'll start feeling what I'm supposed to feel. We dated for 6 months. 6 months of me pretending. Holding her hand felt nice, but kissing her, it was like nothing. No spark, no excitement. I kept waiting for that magic everyone talked about, but it never came. Meanwhile, I couldn't stop staring at the guys on the basketball team. I'd watch them in the locker room and then hate myself afterward. Like this, I'd think. Why can't I just be normal? The worst part was the loneliness. I had no one to talk to. My friends would casually say things like, "That's so gay," as an insult, and I'd laugh along, dying inside. I felt like a fraud in my own life. I remember one night I was up late, secretly searching online, "Am I gay?" quiz. I took like 5 different tests and they all said the same thing, but I still refused to believe it. Maybe I'm just confused, I told myself. That's when I started praying. I wasn't even religious, but I begged God to fix me. I promised I'd be a better person if He just made me straight. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. College was both better and worse. Better because I moved to a bigger city where being gay wasn't as taboo. Worse because now I had proof that I couldn't ignore. I joined a fraternity, partly to fit in, partly to prove I was straight. And for a while it worked. I partied, hooked up with girls, played the role perfectly, but every time I was with a girl I'd dissociate, like I was watching myself from outside my body, going through the motions. Then in my sophomore year, I met him. His name was Ryan. He was in my philosophy class, smart, funny, and openly gay. And for the first time I felt jealous of someone's honesty. I'd watch him laugh with his friends, completely unashamed, and think, how does he do that? How is he so okay with himself? One night at a party, we ended up talking alone. He asked me, "So do you have a girlfriend?" I gave my usual fake answer, "Nah, just focusing on school." Then he smirked and said, "Or maybe you're just not into girls." I froze. My heart was pounding. Did he know? Could he tell? I played it off with a laugh, but that moment stuck with me, because for the first time someone had seen me, and it terrified me. After college, I moved to San Francisco for work. If there was ever a place to be openly gay, it was there, but I was still hiding. Then at 24, I hit my breaking point. I was at a bar with coworkers, drunk, and one of them made a joke about how I never dated anyone seriously. Something inside me snapped. That night, I called my best friend, Mark. We'd known each other since high school. I was slurring, crying, and I just blurted it out, "Dude, I think I'm gay." Then he said, "Joseph, I kinda always knew." I burst into tears. Not because he rejected me, but because he already knew. All those years of hiding, and he'd seen through me the whole time. That was the first time I ever said it out loud, and it was freeing, but also terrifying. Because now I had to face the truth. I couldn't live a lie forever. Telling my parents was the hardest thing I've ever done. I spent months rehearsing it in my head. Would they cry? Would they kick me out? Would they look at me differently? I finally did it on a quiet Sunday afternoon. I invited them over, made tea, because I needed something to do with my hands, and just said it. "Mom, Dada, I'm gay." The silence was deafening. My mom's eyes filled with tears. My dad just stared at me. Then my mom whispered, "We know." I was stunned. "You know?" She nodded. "We've known for years, Joseph. We were just waiting for you to be ready to tell us." My dad reached over and squeezed my shoulder. "You're our son. We love you no matter what." I broke down. Years of fear, shame, and loneliness just poured out of me. They held me while I sobbed, and in that moment I realized I was never alone. Since that day, my life has completely changed. I'm happy now, truly happy. I'm in a loving relationship, my family supports me, and I don't have to hide anymore. If you're watching this and struggling, please know you're not alone. It does get better. And when you're ready, the people who truly love you will stand by you. Thank you for listening to my story. If this helped you, leave a comment below. And remember, you are worthy of love, exactly as you are.